Once again, coming at you live from America's basement. Hey, Rick.
It's the IRLnoobs Podcast.
Oh, weird.
Starring Rick and Todd.
That's me.
Starring.
It's not so much starring us as it's just us.
It's always us.
I always think that if someone says, oh, it's starring so-and-so, that's because there's a supporting cast behind them.
Although one episode does not have me, because I was away that week.
That's true. We had Serge on instead, and what a hell of a thing that was.
Mixed results.
Yeah, it was okay. It was better than I expected.
He did good.
Yeah.
He did good. So what have you been up to this week? How are things going over in Toddland?
Things are pretty good. Yeah, I've been going to work, then coming home from work, playing video games.
All right.
Play a little bit of guitar, you know.
Good to see you're mixing it up, Todd.
Well, no, I'm not. I like my schedule.
I know you do.
And it's simple.
You know, speaking of schedules, last week we talked about trying to get on a more regular streaming schedule.
We did. That was mentioned.
So we've talked about it, and for now, the consensus that we've come to is we're going to try roll things out one at a time. So, like, one day a week, we're going to try streaming at, like, a certain time just to see if it'll generate any sort of interest. And if it does, we can kind of elaborate on the project from there.
Yeah, we're going to start out doing Monday evenings.
Yep.
Kind of late, probably like 9:30, 9:45.
Yep.
Somewhere in there is when it will start. Twitch.tv/IRLnoobs.
Probably go to about midnight or so. A couple hours.
Something like that, yeah. Be a different game every week, probably.
Yeah.
Whatever we happen to be playing. I might as well just hit that extra button and start the stream.
And if it, generates some interest, people want to get into it, that's great. We have some partners that also might begin streaming for us. So on, a little bit more regular basis, you could tune into the IRLnoobs Twitch channel and see either us or one of our affiliates streaming.
That's true. And also, once we get it going, there may be some giveaways.
Yep.
And by there may be, I mean there will be some giveaways.
Yep, we kind of have things lined up to be giving away some like
Steam games.
Yeah, Steam keys.
We can give away keys to get our album.
Yep, some album drops.
Yep.
Coming at you fast.
Just watch out, it's coming at you.
Yeah, all kinds of goodies that we're going to give away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, other stuff. Speaking of Twitch, Twitch has been in the news in the past week. I don't know if you saw. Oh, you didn't see. Twitch, they've recently been acquired by Amazon.
Yes.
So that in itself is big news. But they just issued a reminder to all users to keep it classy. And although it's not expressly prohibited in the EULA,
EULA.
They do not want people naked.
Well, I knew that already. I mean, that's just a given.
Men or women. No nudity.
Oh, that changes everything. Men or women.
Not even from the waist up.
So, what about from the neck up? Because I don't wear a ski mask when streaming.
A balaclava.
A balaclava. Maybe I should begin wearing a toque.
Naked faces are okay.
Oh, okay, good.
They, in their statement, they said if you're not sure if it's okay, it's not.
If you have to wonder, then it's probably not. Yeah.
Yep. Keep it classy.
That's for the best.
I think it's for the best. It keeps it, kind of true to what it actually is, which is a gaming streaming service.
As opposed to a porn/gaming streaming service.
I did not hear about this, but apparently there was an incident where...
There's always an incident.
A popular Xbox streamer, his wife got drunk and he streamed her boob to people after she passed out.
Just one?
Well, then the stream cut out and then came back on approximately 5 minutes later and the wife was completely naked.
What happened during those 5 minutes?
I'm guessing he undressed her.
Oh, okay. I mean, she could have, I don't know, become unpassed out and then undressed herself and then passed out again.
That is a remote possibility.
Yeah. Or someone could have poured clothes melting acid on her that only melts her clothes and leaves her skin untouched.
So,
it's a miracle of science.
That happened. So...
that's weird.
Kind of just one of those strange things. My thinking is, if Twitch does this, which they should, don't get me wrong, they absolutely 100% should. Someone is going to make a website where you can just stream whatever content you want and make your own little like TV channel.
Well, there's already a couple of those out there. Like there's Ustream.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if they allow nudity, but it's streaming for non-gaming stuff. There's a couple different ones. I'm not really sure what they all are.
I got to check this out. This sounds fantastic.
Yeah, Ustream is the one I know of.
Awesome. But yeah, they're just trying to keep users, in check. Let's be adults here.
Or at least, not gross children.
The other question I have, the only question I have is, does Twitch allow users under 18 to stream?
I don't know, because when I signed up for the service, they give you that big thing that you have to accept. I didn't read it.
No.
I just accepted
it. And how is that possible? Like, a minor to broadcast their image, on the internet? That doesn't seem like that would be allowed. I mean, I guess they can do it with YouTube. You can make a YouTube video.
There's little kids making videos on there all the time. They're usually pretty bad, I'll be honest.
I don't know. I guess it must be all right.
I don't know. I guess I could look it up, but yeah.
Meh. Don't really
I'm
care.
over 18, so it doesn't concern me, so I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm way over 18. I'm 12 over 18. Do the math. Figure out how old I am.
Do the math.
12 plus 18.
All right.
Oh, he's 22.
All right.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back. Got lots to talk about today, so please stay with us here on IRLnoobs.com.
Commencing countdown. Shuttle launch. T-minus. Astronaut.
Breaking news in the space frontier.
Oh.
Yeah, last night, a rocket blew up. Pretty big.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
It's kind of sad. It was a Antares rocket operated by Orbital Sciences, launched in Virginia.
Oh, that's just a few states south of here.
Yeah, it was contracted by NASA. It was going to resupply that old International Space Station.
Mm.
Give them some fuel, give them some food, some oxygen.
Just some supplies for the International Space Station, huh?
Yeah, blew up in 6 seconds after launch. It didn't go so well.
Do they know what happened?
I think it's still being investigated.
Oh.
But rumor has it, the rumor mill, of course, is turning.
Okay.
That it was some shitty Russian parts that didn't go well.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's truth to that, but that's the rumor.
Well, I read a little bit about it today at work, and that seemed to be the consensus people were coming to. And it's kind of being viewed as a call to NASA to secure domestic production of all of their parts, rather than outsourcing cheaper parts.
Or maybe NASA could be funded enough to be able to build their own rockets instead of having to contract out to
exactly.
But,
so that's the other side.
What do I know?
Right. You keep cutting funding from NASA, and what do you expect them to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you didn't know from previous podcasts and having gone to space camp 3 times, I'm a big proponent of the space program. And I'm pretty pissed about the lack of funding for it lately.
Yeah.
It's pretty lame.
It is lame, and it kind of seems unfair to criticize NASA for this failure. But,
they're working with like $20 here.
But at the same time, their list of obligations rapidly decreases. Where this might be one of the few remaining active contracts on their books is to supply the ISS.
Yeah, they don't really have much going on except, they got the Mars rover.
Yep.
And give those folks up on the ISS some food.
And they don't even have to do all of the supply runs.
No, Russia does a lot of them.
Yeah, and I think China does too, don't they?
I'm not sure.
Or are they not in the ISS program? They might have their own.
I don't know. I should probably know that, but I don't.
No. Well, anyway.
Whatever.
They don't have a lot going on is the moral of the story. So the fact that something kind of routine, there have been other missions similar to this in the past,
Yeah, I mean, they're sending up supplies fairly often.
Yeah, so the fact that something like this happened is kind of a blow to the program, because this should be fairly routine.
Yep. I mean, I can launch rockets into orbit, no problem in Kerbal Space Program.
That's true.
No problem. Just get out. Oh, it's in orbit. Look at that.
Yeah, you put
no big deal.
Those Kerbal knots in space.
Kerbal knots, yeah. Bob, Bill, and Jeb.
Jebediah
Kerman, he's my favorite.
Thankfully, the mission was unmanned, so
yes, that is the good thing.
There was no loss of life or injury sustained from this.
Also, if you live near the explosion site, NASA is letting everyone know that if you find any pieces of debris or debris, don't pick it up. Just call emergency services or something. They'll come take care of it.
Yep.
So don't touch any rocket debris if you're down in Virginia.
Please do not. Keep your paws off the rocket.
Even if you're not in Virginia, if it somehow got all the way to like Maryland or something, don't touch it.
Don't fucking touch it.
No.
Just keep your hands off.
I doubt it got to Maryland because the thing blew up after 6 seconds of flight. It didn't really get far.
No. I heard media was 2.5 miles away. Was the safety zone.
Yeah, and this is the reason for that.
This is the reason for that. Good call, NASA.
Safety
precautions.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you for reporting on that, Todd.
Yeah, that's all I got for this T-minus astronaut
segment. Very sad news today.
Well, it was yesterday, but yeah, still sad about it today.
Still sad. Gonna be sad for a while.
I mean, it didn't suddenly, it's like, oh, wow, that sucks. Let me go to bed. Oh, it's the morning. Oh, wow, it's great that blew up.
Can't express to you how long I'm gonna be sad about this. All right. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get into something a little bit more gaming related here on IRL Noobs.
The time has come to speak of MMOs. Grabbeth thine mechanical keyboard, thine multi-button mouse, and set it up thy macros. The MMO moment with Todd and Rick.
I always feel so good after hearing that.
You love that.
It's so good. We got that deep-voiced man telling us what's happening, telling us what to grabbeth.
Thine mechanical keyboard.
And what to set up.
Thine macros.
Yep. So good. So good.
So what do we have in the MMO moment this week?
Well, there's one thing that I want to talk about. As you know, I enjoy the game Guild Wars 2.
You are a fan.
Which is an MMO. Which is why I'm talking about it here in the MMO moment. Weird, right?
Weird.
Yeah. The developer ArenaNet, they've made a good game, but they make stupid choices. They're stupid. Stupid.
Tell us about it.
So just recently they pushed an update, and for those not familiar with the game, there's what's called a gem store, which is where you can spend your real money to get some stuff.
Okay, like vanity items?
Yeah.
Okay.
And not only can you spend real money on these gems, you can also spend in-game gold on them. So it's like, oh, I played a lot today and I made like 15 gold. Let me turn that into, a couple of gems and slowly save up over time. Neat.
Mm-hmm.
They just recently changed it, so say you go in to buy gems and you can't buy anything less than 400. And that's like 100-something gold.
Oh.
It's ridiculous. You can't just say, I want to buy 8 gems or whatever. So people complained, and as per usual, ArenaNet says, oh, well, it was too confusing for new players. So we made it more simple to use, but less useful for you. Yeah, they didn't say it's less useful, but that's me putting my spin on it.
So did they change it back?
They haven't yet, I don't think, but they're going to.
Okay.
In the next patch, they're going to revert it. But lately, they've done a lot of changes that people aren't too happy with, and then they come back and say, well, it's for the newer players. Like, are newer players that confused with the game? I mean, everyone who's not a newer player got through it somehow.
Let's be honest. There are not that many newer players of Guild Wars 2.
I don't think so. There's a few here and there, but...
And there will not be going forward. The game is almost ready for an expansion. Like, within the next 1 to 1.5 years.
That's another thing, if they ever do an expansion.
Right.
Because their payment model right now doesn't really make sense for an expansion.
That's true. But, I mean, going forward, if all they're going to do is patch more content and support the in-game shop, that is not going to attract new players. It's only going to keep the players that they have.
Yeah, it's going to keep the status quo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all these changes they keep making, like, oh, it's for the new players. Well, what about us longtime players? I've played since beta.
Right. Yeah, I mean, think about the large margin of their profit is from existing players, not from generating new players.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you're just going to dissatisfy the players you already have, you're going to just lose everything. And I would say for ArenaNet, this is their biggest moneymaker they have right now. They have WildStar, they have this, Guild Wars 2.
Well, ArenaNet is just Guild Wars 2. You're thinking NCSoft.
Oh, I'm sorry, for NCSoft.
Yeah.
They have WildStar, they have Guild Wars 2, and they have Ion, or Aeon, however you say it.
I played that once, way back. It wasn't very good.
It's horrible.
No.
And last week we reported on
their layoffs.
The layoffs for WildStar. That game is closing its metaphorical doors.
I don't think it has much longer.
No, it's just all signs point to that game going free to play or just 100%.
Or just shutting down.
Shutting down within the next year. Ion is still around. I don't know how. It must be.
I don't have any clue how that's still running.
Popular in some niche market. I don't know. I've never played the game, and it's been out for probably 5 years.
I was in the beta for that one way back. I played at the Head Start.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, it was fun up until level 20, I think, 20 or 25, and then it just turned to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that the game is just a little bit seems contrived. Like they're just trying to make it something that it's not.
Pretty much. But
So,
yeah, ArenaNet's all NCSoft's really got going for them, at least in the Western market.
Yeah.
In the Eastern market, they're okay. They got tons of stuff there. But in the Western market, ArenaNet's all they got. So start treating us longtime players a little nicer.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah, it's just kind of a strange and unexpected thing to be reporting on a week after the WildStar layoffs. Like, this company's just making other drastic changes to dissatisfy their customers.
Yeah, and it's not just this change that they blamed new players on. It was back in September they released a huge patch, and it revamped the entire leveling process, and it pissed off a lot of people with the changes. Like, oh, it's for new players. Okay, I don't care.
Right.
What about me?
What about the people who are already customers?
Yeah, but speaking of WildStar and games that may or may not shut down their servers, did you ever play Warhammer Online?
I did not. I'm familiar with the game. I've watched a lot of videos on it.
It has had its servers turned off. It is no longer.
Oh.
And I miss it horribly.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you ever played.
I did. I played that one a pretty good amount way back. That game was awesome. And it's gone now.
That's too bad.
Yeah. I liked playing as the Orc Chappa. Chappa was the class.
Well, I'm sure... What is the Orc Chapo?
The Chappa is you chop things with like swords and axes and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, I'm sure if you want, there will be private servers running the game.
I should look into that.
I'm sure there are.
I should look into that because at this point I won't even feel bad because it's not like I could go play the legit one.
Right. Exactly.
I missed that game, Rick.
One thing I wanted to talk about was Blizzard releasing a statement saying that they currently are not developing a new MMO title.
Oh, no.
And that Peter Molyneux, or not Peter Molyneux, that's somebody else. God, who's the Blizzard guy?
I think that's right.
Is that Peter Molyneux?
Maybe. I think it is.
Is it? Well, he says that he wants the company focused on mobile development.
Okay.
In the near future.
I wonder what they would do with mobile, because they have Hearthstone on mobile already.
They do, but they're saying that that's kind of the next thing for them. They don't want the Blizzard name to be synonymous with MMOs. And
too late for that.
And they're not... He said that while they're passionate about, supporting, updating, and making WoW like the best top of the line MMO it can be, they do not want to be an MMO company.
They want to be a game company.
Which I think is hilarious because every single one of their titles is an MMO or a bastardized version of an MMO.
Or some sort of online game. Yeah.
Multiplayer experience. Right, exactly. And I think it's an incredibly infuriating and ignorant statement for a person in his position to make. The future of gaming is online cooperative gameplay. I think
that's not even the future. That's the present.
I mean, it's the present, but it's like that is the state of gaming. Nobody wants to play a game standalone anymore, save for a few niche markets.
Every so often, I like to play by myself with some single player, but for the most part,
and certainly not on mobile. If I'm playing on a mobile device, I love it when they're multiplayer. I think that's great.
Yeah.
It frustrated me as a consumer, as a supporter of Blizzard and Blizzard Activision proper. I am just I was disappointed in reading that statement.
I'm disappointed too.
Also confused because of the rumors I heard about the Blizzard Prometheus project, which is 100% supposed to be an MMO that they're developing.
Apparently not, though.
But apparently not. We will see if any surprise announcements come. BlizzCon is in, I think, 20 days?
It's coming up soon, whenever it is.
Soon. Do you want to get the online pass for that this year, Todd? We could go halfsies on it.
I don't know. I'll look into it.
Yeah, we should.
But Metallica is playing at it.
Yeah.
Of all the bands to play at BlizzCon.
Do you know who it was last year?
Wasn't it Blink-182?
Hells yeah, it was. Yeah, it was awesome.
How do you feel about Metallica?
They used to be awesome, and now they're kind of going crazy.
I'll take that one step further.
Dave Mustaine is kind of nuts.
Well, he's not in the band. He hasn't been since, 78.
Well, he's nuts, though.
He is nuts.
Who's their drummer? Is it Lars?
Lars Ulrich or Ulrich or something?
Yeah, he gets fucking crazier. All opportunities.
Yeah, I'll take your statement of earlier saying that they used to be good, now they're going crazy. I'll take that one step further. They used to be good, and now they are terrible. Now they suck.
Who's the singer guitar? Is that Kurt Hammett?
He's just the lead guitar player. The singer is James Hetfield.
Oh, James Hetfield. That's right. Yeah.
Hoorah. That's my Hetfield impression.
He is batshit crazy.
He's insane.
Yeah.
The entire band is terrible.
Anyway, I don't know. I think it's
Don't get me started. Well, you already got me started on it.
I think it's going to be a veritable shit show, and I cannot wait for it to happen, which is why I want to get the online pass to see it all go down.
Do you think maybe their bass player will have slung his bass so low that during BlizzCon he will trip over it and then fall off the stage and crush a fan, creating 6 lawsuits?
I hope. Did that happen once?
No, but that's my prediction for BlizzCon.
BlizzCon 2014, 6 lawsuits.
6 lawsuits against Robert Trujillo. Bass player of Metallica.
Oh my god. Well, we'll see if that shit happens. I think we should do it. It'll be a lot to report on. I think the people want it.
Do they?
They do.
Do they?
So we'll look into it. We'll get back to you guys on that. But yeah, BlizzCon's coming up. That's big. And then I think that's the last big con of the year as far as gaming goes. And then we've got, what's the first one in the spring? Is PAX East, right?
I think that's in the spring, yeah.
Yeah. And then PAX Prime is always in the summer.
We should go to one of these things sometime and then report on it.
I know, we should. Maybe we'll go to PAX East. PAX East is in Boston.
That's doable.
Yeah, that's we could drive there, go to it.
Or we could just wait for Rochester Comic-Con to come back, and we'll just go to that.
That's in December, I think.
It might be.
It might be in... I think it's in the winter. So
it may have happened already.
Well, last winter.
No, like a month ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Brent Spiner was there. I saw it. He said it on Twitter.
Who the fuck is Brent Spiner?
He played Data in Star Trek The Next Generation.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He said that Rochester is like the Paris of the East Coast.
What?
Whatever that means. I don't know what that means, but he said it on Twitter a while back.
I don't think that's true.
So, Brent Spiner, if you're listening to this, could you please explain that statement?
Maybe we're smelly and mean.
That might be it. We like our cheese and the baguettes. Baguettes.
Okay, well, that's enough of this.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be back. I don't even know what we're talking about. You're listening to IRLnoobs. IRLnoobs, baby. You're still listening to IRLnoobs. Still listening. Still. All right. I want to talk to you about Mario Kart 8.
I like that game.
We've talked about it once or twice before.
That's a great game.
One of the newer titles released by Nintendo for the Wii U.
Wii U.
You have it, right? You have a copy of Mario Kart 8.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I was reading today that Mario Kart 8 has more than any other effort made by Nintendo bolstered sales of the Wii U.
I could see that, yeah.
So much so that for the first time in 4 years, Nintendo is projecting to have an annual profit.
Nice.
Yes.
That's excellent news.
The company has been barely breaking even or losing money over the past few years.
Yeah, the Wii U hasn't been doing too well. They didn't have many really great games that people cared about.
No, and we've talked about this before. They did a horrible job marketing the product.
Yeah, they made it seem like the Wii U was just an add-on for the Wii. It was like, oh, you buy a gamepad to connect to your Wii. They didn't really market it, and people were like, well, why would I spend $250 for that?
On a gamepad, right.
Because it's a new console.
It's an entirely new console. Yeah, the name was horrible. The marketing was horrible. Even the design of the physical product was horrible because it all harkens back to the idea that it's just an add-on for the Wii for an entire box price of a console.
Yep.
But we're not going to talk about that again.
So I have some news about Mario Kart 8 as well.
Okay.
Just today I saw that one of the upcoming tracks in the DLC to be released at the end of November is based on Excitebike.
Oh, you love Excitebike.
I love Excitebike for the original NES.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I think one of the smartest things Nintendo is doing right now is invoking...
It's releasing an Excitebike-themed Mario Kart 8 course.
Well, essentially, that's what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay.
They're invoking nostalgia in their users.
Oh, they got me with it.
Nintendo is not unaware of the fact that a large portion of their consumer base is millennials. So, guys our age and gals.
Yeah, and we all grew up on Nintendo and Super Nintendo.
Exactly. And millennials are the primary consumers of video games going forward. And I don't know. It's just interesting to see how successful Mario Kart 8 in particular, out of all of their titles, has been.
I've already pre-ordered the DLC.
It's also the most successful implementation Nintendo has had of DLC since the Wii U's inception.
Yeah, there hasn't really been much of anything.
Yeah. So it's interesting to me, and I think it's actually kind of relieving that Nintendo will turn a profit because it might give them the avenues to develop their next generation of products.
Yeah, and see where they're going to go with it.
Yeah.
But I, for one, am just excited for that Excitebike course on Mario Kart 8. And they had a little video trailer for it. Oh, the music was like redone Excitebike music. Oh, yeah, right in the feels.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Making you feel stuff you haven't felt in a while?
Yeah. That stuff from back when I would play Excitebike down in the basement of my parents' house, I'd hit A to go, and then you hit B for turbo, but then you can overheat.
Oh, shit.
So you gotta go back to A. It's crazy.
It was just crazy.
Yeah.
He had that track builder. You could build your own track.
That was revolutionary at the time. The game came out like
apparently
in 86 or something like that.
Yeah.
And you could make your own track.
Apparently it's still revolutionary because none of the Mario Kart games give you the ability to make your own track.
That's a good point. Interesting.
One thing I think that is killing Nintendo is their refusal to expand upon certain franchises, namely Earthbound.
Ooh, yeah, if they made Earthbound 2 or whatever.
Or even just re-release the title and start the franchise over as like a new standalone.
Like do an HD redo of it or something. And
Right. They have all of these like proprietary things that they just don't embellish on. What was Chrono Trigger? Was that Nintendo or Capcom?
Chrono Trigger was Square.
Square?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can see why they haven't been able to.
Yeah, there were some sequels to that, but they were just kind of
right. But there's
spiritual successors.
There's all of these old franchises that they just don't develop for anymore, which is in one sense is good because now it's like this fresh new thing again. Mm-hmm. But in the other sense is bad because they're not capitalizing on it. I mean, we don't want another fucking Mario game.
I mean, I kind of do. But...
I mean, the reason why Wii U's aren't selling is because there's nothing for it. And they scratched their heads, seemingly, wondering why nobody's buying a Wii U. It's because they
didn't have that killer game title for it.
You didn't do anything. Give us some of the old titles that we love. Like, Smash Brothers is awesome. Between Smash Brothers and Mario Kart...
we've waited way too long since the console's been out for either of those games.
Yeah, it's been out for, 3 years now? Wii U?
2 or 3 years, something like that.
And now
we just got Mario Kart earlier this year. Smash Brothers still isn't even out yet. It's another month and a half away. Right.
We're essentially 3 years into the cycle, like halfway through the console's expected life cycle, and we're just getting our first AAA titles.
There's still no Zelda game.
There's still no Zelda game for it. It is absolutely abysmal.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, there is a Zelda game, but it's an HD remake of an N64 game. So
right.
that doesn't count.
No.
It doesn't count.
So, I don't know. I mean, it seems very... It's unfortunate because I think Nintendo as a developer has been extremely creative over the years. They've given us some of the most iconic video game things that we have today.
Like Mario,
like Zelda, like
Kirby.
literally every title they've ever released, and they just don't develop the games anymore. It's just fucking Mario and friends over and over.
And now Sonic is joining in,
which is cool.
Yeah, but if I could go back in time and tell 12-year-old Todd, hey, there's going to be a Mario and Sonic game. They're in the same game, and it's on Nintendo. I would lose my mind.
Your brain would turn to shit.
My brain would just turn to shit. I'd be like, what? Sonic on Nintendo? And that's my brain turning to shit. It's just really interesting to think
back on that. Would you say that's the main reason you would never want to go back in time?
I don't think it's really the main reason. It's just the reason. I mean, main reason implies there are other reasons. But I can't think of any other reason that I wouldn't want to go back in time. I can think of reasons I would want to go back in time. Give myself winning lottery numbers. Or,
oh, yeah.
Sports scores for betting purposes. But at the same time, what if I accidentally tipped myself off about this future with Sega and Nintendo collaborating? Ugh. Shit for brains.
Shit for brains. Can't have it.
And then I'd come back to the present, which, from the perspective of that, would be the future. and I would show up, and then all of a sudden, all the changes I made in the past would catch up to me, and then my brain would turn to shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For that brief analysis.
We don't want that.
No, we don't. We can't be having that.
No.
All right. Well, this segment has once again derailed. It seems to be the theme of today.
It's fine.
All right. Well, let's take a break. We'll come right back, and we'll wrap things up today here on IRL Noobs.
Todd asks.
Rick answers.
First question comes from the user Syndicate.
Oh, like syndicate?
Maybe. Syndicate.
Oh, alright.
I think her name's Cindy or Kate.
I don't know.
Well, the subject is, help me because I can't take it anymore. I need the right comfort shoes for 8 to 9 hour shifts.
The right comfort...
Yeah.
Okay, is there more?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, okay. My feet cannot survive a 3-hour shift without some damn good comfort shoes. I've bought shoe after shoe after shoe and returned every pair because I get foot pain after 3 to 4 hours of standing up. I bought a pair for $30 at Payless and it was perfect. My feet lasted until the end of my shift. The problem is the torture I had to go through to break them in. Got a lot of blisters and corns. I don't know why I said it like that.
Ugh.
Corns.
Ugh.
I wore it for 3 months until someone told me that the shoes were cutting off the circulation, and I noticed the marks my shoes left on my feet, but no shoe was as comfortable as those ones were. But the straps broke off without warning, and I'm now searching for a new pair. I had Easy Spirit, Aerosols, and Comfort brands, and they did not work. I've bought Dr. Scholl's, and they did not work. Help me, I'm at my wit's end, and I'm sick of having to buy new shoes. Recommend me some brands that would help, preferably something for tight budgets.
Oh, well, that's the problem right there. If you're on a tight budget, if you're buying cheap shoes, they're not going to be very comfortable.
Yeah, and they're not going to last. The thing is, if you spend a little bit more, you get something better that lasts, and you actually end up saving money over the long term.
It's true. I mean, how many pairs of shoes has this person bought?
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend to you a pair of shoes. They cost about $120.
Oh, what's the brand?
They're called Dansko's, Dansko.
Dansko?
It is what doctors and nurses wear at hospitals. So these are people who are walking around
They're on their
all
feet a lot.
day.
Now, I'm on my feet a lot at work as well. Going office to office fixing computers. And I recommend shoes made by Clark's.
Oh, yeah, those are good too.
Yeah, they're going to run you anywhere from 80 to 120, depending what model you pick. But they will last. I walk all over the place, and they last me about a year and a half.
Yeah. So, I mean, moral of the story, your cheap little $30 shoes are just that. They're cheap $30 shoes.
And it's kind of counterintuitive, but spend a little more now, you'll save money in the end.
Yep, you really will. You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for.
Yeah, that's true. I think we covered that one.
That was good advice.
That was real good.
How do you make it to your adult life and not fucking understand that, though?
I don't know. It didn't say what age she was. Maybe she's 12.
Well, she's at her job, though, for 8 to 10 hours a day.
Like, oh, that's true.
She better not be 12. Labor laws.
Maybe she's not in the U.S.
Oh, that's true. In which case, fuck you. Go America.
Oh, wow. This just got real. This next one comes from, let's see, the name is Louis Andos.
All right.
Louis Andos.
Louis Andos.
The topic is, doesn't tell much. The topic is just two roads diverge.
Is that like the Robert Frost poem?
I thought the same thing, actually.
Two roads
in a woods.
One goes to McDonald's, one goes to Burger King or something.
And if you just go backwards, you get to like Wendy's or something. I don't know. Anyways, so Louis Sandos goes on to say, so I'm going to make this as short as I can. Recent graduate living with parents. Have been pressured into applying for teaching qualification. Don't want to teach all that much, but it's job security. And as my field is music. It's not job security if your field's music and teaching.
You would be lucky if you got a job.
Yeah. Anyways, would begin September 2015. Suffering depression as I've lost my independence. Parents don't sympathize with my depression and have cause and effect mixed up. For example, that I'm choosing to be miserable.
Wait.
Yeah, that...
Losing your independence from what?
I'm guessing, like, recent graduate, so moving back in with parents. I guess it's kind of losing independence.
Well, if you don't have a job, you're going to live with your parents. Like, get a job and move out. Like, you haven't lost anything.
Yeah. Well, he goes on to say, alternatively, looking for jobs at the moment for £18,000 plus. We got a guy from across the ocean.
Okay.
I want to use this money to live with a buddy and potentially fund a master's degree and then perhaps a PhD. I could move in with my bud now, but only have overdraft to live on. Parents vehemently disagree with this and consider it a waste of time. What do you think I should do? First of all, do not live in debt for as much as you can. Don't live on your overdraft. That's really stupid.
If your parents are actually willing to support you to prevent that from happening,
let them do it.
Let them do it. Why would you do that to yourself? You're going to be so screwed.
Yeah. Well, what do you think he should do, though, about being pressured into applying for the teaching?
Well, if it's job security in Europe, apparently, I mean, it's different over there than it is here.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you're going to make more money. It's not precluding you from anything else that you want to do. It's literally giving you a better job in something that you're qualified for more money. Like, I don't understand what the problem is here. It sounds like this guy's just brooding and being a little brat.
It seems that way.
Nut up or shut up.
Good advice, Rick.
Or both. Do both.
Nut up and shut up?
And shut up. That is the Boolean operator I needed. Thank you, Todd.
No problem. All right, this last question comes from the user Caples, spelled CPLES. How would you pronounce that?
CPLES?
Yeah.
It's missing a vowel. I don't know.
I'm going to call you Crapples.
All right.
Crapples. The subject is awkward grocery store conveyor belt mix-up. Should I be this embarrassed?
Oh, God.
It's intriguing, isn't it? He goes on to say, I went to the grocery store yesterday. I had gotten a lot of things, and this is one of the grocery stores where you have to bag your own groceries. The kid at the register looked young, like he didn't really know what he was doing. Oh no, my phone just switched. I'm trying to read this. Okay, so the kid was young, didn't look like he didn't know what he was doing. It was a busy day, tons of people in line. I made my way to the front, got all my groceries scanned, swiped my debit card, and entered my PIN. Everything seemed to go smoothly until the kid at the register said, is this your salad mix, ma'am? Oh, it's a woman. And without thinking, I said yes, and grabbed it, and grabbed it to have it scanned. An old man behind me yelled, no, it isn't yours! And it turns out it wasn't. See, I thought it was mine because I had purchased the exact same item. I gave it back to him and said, sorry, I got confused. This was super embarrassing for me. Should it be? I feel like an idiot. I suffer from social anxiety, so even small situations like these, where things don't go smoothly, freak me out and make me go bright red.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, I think it's fine to, like, get embarrassed or whatever. However you want to respond, like, don't let other people's perception of your response, like, make you feel better or worse about it. Like, that's how you responded. That's fine. I mean, you responded responsibly. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
Do you think the guy behind her actually yelled, no, it isn't yours?
I hope so.
Yeah.
No, it's not yours!
Like if I was in that situation and the person in front of me said, oh, yeah, that's mine, I would have said, oh, no, I was getting that one. Or I said, oh, that's mine, actually. I wouldn't go, no, it isn't yours.
Well, maybe, she might have perceived that differently than it actually went down. But, I mean, honestly, like, there's nothing wrong with your response. You're fine. If you want to freak out at the littlest things, that's on you. That's cool, whatever. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
What is wrong with it, though, is that you're still freaking out about it, like, way later after the fact. You think this guy's going to, like, come to your house and be like, you tried to take that salad mix I was going to buy.
You stole my salad mix.
There were several others like it on the shelf, but I wanted that one, and you tried to take it.
I went through all of them, and that one looked the best. You jerk.
No, I think you're fine,
yeah.
And everything worked out. # first world problems.
Yep,
big time.
Mm-hmm. So if you notice during my reading of that one, I had some phone issues.
Yes.
Let me tell you why. Because as I was reading, Jerry texted me back.
Oh, Nikes.
Yeah. So you know what it's time for.
Hey man, I haven't heard from that guy Jerry in a while.
What's going on with Jerry?
I wonder how he's doing. Talk to his mom.
It's Jerry. What's he doing?
Man, I think I know that guy, Jerry.
Do you know where that guy is?
From what? No, I think
I don't have a clue.
From church.
I haven't heard about Jerry in a while.
Who talks about Jerry anymore?
What's he doing?
Man, that guy's lame.
What's that guy doing?
He's yesterday's news. Jerry.
Jerry, what are you doing?
I tell you about Jerry.
What's up with Jerry? So before I tell you what's up with Jerry, just know that he talks about himself in the third person here. So don't get too confused.
Okay.
So, Jerry says, well, thanks to my awesome student, I'm on my way to a thing with my wife. Haha, secret.
What?
I don't know. Dude, Jerry has been playing a ridiculous amount of guitar, as always, and Final Fantasy XIV. So why have I not heard of you guys making your way over to try it? It's free to try, come on. And it's time we get together and do a show. The industry needs another 3 guys to complain about games.
Oh my god. This is possibly the best one yet.
What do you think his secret thing is with his wife that his student
Arranged
has helped him with?
a threesome?
I don't know. It's very mysterious. That might be it.
Eiffel Tower, Paris, everything's coming together now at the end of the show.
Wow.
I don't know. I do know that I already own Final Fantasy XIV because I bought it at release.
Oof.
And it was a POS.
I played it in beta before the initial release of it. It was the worst MMO I've ever played, and I've played Ion.
And I know it's a Realm Reborn now, but I was just very salty from the initial release.
Yeah.
And
Like, I know it's completely different, but I'm just so turned off from that initial offering. It's like, ugh,
I
don't
know.
really wanna try
I mean,
it.
I own the game. I could probably just resub for a month or whatever, or try the free to play
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it. We'll see. But and this is my own issue again, but I have a major problem getting super involved with MMOs that are not developed in the United States.
Okay.
I've tried my hand at it before, and it never pans out. It always leaves something to be desired. Like, it's just so hard to...
I think what you're looking for that just isn't in the non-US developed MMOs is freedom.
Oh, hashtag freedom.
And, Bill of Rights.
Yeah, I need a good Bill of Rights in my
and
games.
Eagles.
No, but it's so hard to create an accurate and valid immersion atmosphere. And if you don't have your finger on the pulse of the culture you're trying to engage, you're never going to get it right.
You know what Eastern MMO recently really destroyed my immersion at one point?
Huh.
It was Arcade.
See, I knew it would.
Yeah.
We were talking about this with Arcade.
I was playing along and everything was in English. And I was like, okay, this is all right. Like, it's not the best game I've ever played, but this is okay. And then all of a sudden an NPC starts talking to me in Korean.
Yeah, that's
what's happening.
Instant turnoff for me.
I'm not against the Korean language.
No.
But I don't speak it, and the rest of the game up to that point was in English. So what's happening?
Yeah. And I don't know. And I think like the whole Asian motif in a lot of MMOs right now it's a big like pander to the Asian markets, and I think it's a misplaced effort because it's a role-playing game. Like, somebody in an Asian market isn't going to be more, I would hope, wouldn't be more attracted to your game because it has an Asian flavor to it. Like, they're trying to role-play something completely fantastical, like, out of
it's a
the
fantasy
norm.
game. Why would it be like any culture?
Right. And it pisses me off. I don't know. But yeah, I was left with a very bad taste in my mouth.
Did it make you salty?
I was salty.
Salty?
I was salty.
It made Rick salty, Jerry. That's why we're not playing it.
Yeah. I don't know.
If it's free, maybe. It's a big maybe. I'll give it a try, but...
Maybe I can watch some vids on it, see what it's all about with the whole Realm Reborn thing.
But probably not.
A lot of guys I know play it. It's popular.
It is.
It really is.
It's got its thing going on, but I've got my thing going on. You know?
You sound like a tampon commercial.
Maybe I am.
Maybe I am.
So if there's any tampon companies listening, we could use some sponsors.
Oh my god, what if we actually got a sponsor for that?
That'd be fantastic. So you can contact us,
Playtex.
Totimus Prime at IRLnoobs.com.
Here's a pitch for an ad.
Okay, what do you got?
Playtex. Jam it in.
It's perfect.
Or it could be like a Playtex Gatorade ad combo. Is it in you?
Oh no. Oh, and I can just imagine those awkward Gatorade commercials where they're like sweating the Gatorade.
Yeah.
That wouldn't go well with that.
No. Like they're in black and white. It would be fine.
No, but the Gatorade isn't. It's like orange coming out of their skin or whatever.
That's right. Oh my god. That would be so funny.
That'd be gross.
Jam it in.
Just jam it in. Jam it in with the IRL noobs.
Jam it in. All right. Well, we'll leave you with that for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked this episode, please, give us a rating. If you're listening on Stitcher, give us a rating there. If you're listening on iTunes, please give us a rating there.
Nice, easy way to give us a rating. If you use iTunes, go to itunes.irlnoobs.com, and that will redirect you on over, and then you can open it in iTunes and rate it.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, helps us out.
Helps us grow the community. Doing us a favor is doing you a favor. The more people we can get involved in the community, the more cool stuff we can do for you guys.
Exactly, giveaways.
Yep. Subscribe to the Twitter, IRLnoobs at IRLnoobs on Twitter.
Yep.
We're gonna try and use that as a mechanism to let you know when we're streaming. Again, that's gonna be starting on Mondays next week.
Yep, Mondays as well as other interspersed times, but definitely Mondays.
And Twitter will be the way to get notifications on when we are streaming.
Yep. Also, if you have any advice that you need, feel free to ask us over at forum.irlnoobs.com. There's a nice little thing where you can post and then ask us a question, and we'll answer it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, IRL Noobs, out.
Go with Christ.